The city of Springfield continuing to deal with the national spotlight on its struggle with the Haitian immigrant influx. Now that community has now growing support across all levels of government. The House Haiti Caucus introducing a congressional resolution condemning hate and misinformation aimed at the Haitian community. The only Haitian American in Congress saying it's important to show the community they're standing behind them.
So we can show that there is a coalition of support, that the America that we work hard to endear and to support and to strengthen every single day is an inclusive America in which we actually appreciate the diversity that we bring to the table. We're seeing more and more death threats. We're seeing more and more Haitian Americans who don't feel safe identifying as Haitian American, and we're even seeing schools being shut down. I recently spoke to many people in Springfield, and they told me that they're afraid to even go to church. They're afraid to go to church, to school, and even to participate in the society.
Springfield has seen nearly 40 bomb threats, and Trump and Vance repeated false claims that Haitian immigrants in the city are eating pets. Now, like we just heard, in response to all this hate targeting Haitian immigrants, there's also been support. The United Way of Clark, Champaign, and Madison counties announcing the Springfield Unity Fund, which will support the growing needs of the immigrant population. This will help support Springfield's nonprofits that provide essential services to Haitian families there. You can also donate at uwccmc.org or text Unity Fund to 53555. And of course, we're always bringing you updates on all of our social media pages. So be sure to like and follow us at Dayton247now.com on all platforms. We'll keep you in the loop as soon as we learn more. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 suspects after 2 separate threats were made against Northridge schools and Dayton Public Schools earlier this week. First, 23-year-old Rayona Hunt is now in custody and charged with making terroristic threats, inducing panic, and obstructing official business. The first round of threats happened on September 17th. The next day, a second threat was found on social media. Students reported it, and detectives quickly identified the second suspect, a 13-year-old student. That student is now in custody. Sheriff Rob Streck says in part, quote, "Incidents like this will not be tolerated. We will swiftly identify, track down, and charge anyone who threatens the safety of our students and staff." He urges everyone to keep reporting suspicious activity. We have just gotten that body camera footage that you could see here behind me of a shooting that happened in the Oregon district last weekend. So let's take a closer look to this. You can see officers hear those gunshots and they start running towards the sound. Dayton police say this happened on East 5th Street around 2:30 in the morning. Officers found the 29-year-old victim, who was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. 2 people were arrested after running from the scene. If you have any information, you're asked to call and speak to detectives. And if you'd like to remain anonymous, you can call Miami Valley Crime Stoppers. Both of those numbers are at the bottom of your screen. National Trail local schools telling us one of its buses was involved in a crash this afternoon. It happened on US 40. 2 vehicles collided behind the bus, one going underneath the bus bumper. Thankfully, all students and the driver were not hurt. Now an alternate bus came out to get students home safe. And as Ohio's drought continues, the burn ban has now been expanded, to nearly every county in the state by Ohio's fire marshal. That now includes Miami, Montgomery, Logan, Champaign, Clark, and Greene counties. And all 5 Rivers Metro Parks are also issuing bans on open burning. So here's what is now prohibited: open fires of any kind, non-electric outdoor cooking methods, smoking, fireworks, or other spark-causing recreational activities. Violators, of course, could get a citation or even be criminally prosecuted. We want to give you a live look now from our Eco Plumber Skycam over the Gem City. Let's send it out to meteorologist Tim Boyd.
Yeah, definitely a nice afternoon out here, but a pretty nice day overall as well, but very warm, not very end of September like, if you will. Temperatures right now right around 91 after topping out at 92 this afternoon. 91 also down towards Springboro and Wilmington, as well as Wapakoneta sitting at a warm at 91 degrees. Now compared to this time yesterday, temperatures just a couple degrees warmer in some spots. Wapakoneta 7 degrees warmer, 2 degrees warmer though as you head out towards Greenville, Richmond, Springfield, and even right here in Dayton as well. So relatively close to where we were. Next couple days stays warm tomorrow. Temperatures in the 90s again, upper 80s by Sunday, but we do have a cool down dropping into the 70s by the middle of next week.
Well, it's hard to believe, but it has been 10 years since the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge hit social media. Today, Premier Health launching its new multidisciplinary ALS clinic at
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Heavy rain on Thursday flooded roads in Port St. Lucie, Florida, stranding many vehicles. A bear looking for a drink and a snack found both in a Johnson City, Tennessee backyard. A much-needed rainstorm produced this stunning rainbow in San Antonio. And this morning's sunrise welcomed a gorgeous day on the Maine coast.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
We're continuing to follow the Haitian immigrant influx in the city of Springfield, and so is the national spotlight. Just last night, former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy discussed the issues Springfield is currently facing. Eli Burgett has been speaking to Springfield residents all day and brings us how they feel about the situation.
In just over the past 2 weeks, the city of Springfield has received almost 40 bomb threats and has had numerous visits from national and state leaders. So today, I went all over Springfield trying to get the pulse of the community.
It's not a bad town at all. It just needs a little help.
To put it lightly, the city of Springfield has been going through a lot. The city has gained thousands of Haitian immigrants in the past 3 years, which state and city officials say has put a large strain on healthcare and education in the area. And on top of that, the city has received almost 40 bomb threats after news of the population boom took on a national stage. I spoke with several residents Friday who didn't want to go on camera, but expressed frustrations with the situation and all of the attention. But despite these threats and multiple evacuations, local businesses have stayed open. Governor DeWine has visited the city several times in the past few days and has offered state support to Springfield's hospitals and local school systems. At Vivek Ramaswamy's City Hall meeting on Thursday, the Haitian community was a major talking point, with many saying they have put too much of a strain on the community. However, there are also many who remain in support of them making a home in Springfield.
What I'd like to see the Haitian community be able to do is to integrate themselves successfully into the greater Springfield community and have the kind of opportunities that my ancestors came here from Ireland or people that came from Eastern Europe have and wanted to achieve. That's why they're here.
Former President Donald Trump has recently announced that he will be making the trip to Springfield to address some of the issues that the city has been having, and the city is bracing for what that will look like. And they are also encouraging their citizens to stay together during this hard time. Back to you.
Now, we've told you about the lack of rain here in Ohio, and it's straining agriculture, but what does that mean for wildlife? As Nick Veland tells us, you should be careful of trying to help.
Kyle Casey with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources says these animals find ways to survive, so putting out water to try to help causes more harm than good.
And now all of a sudden you have this one water source here, and that's going to attract all the insects, it's going to attract all the birds and wildlife, right? You're talking more than just birds. It could be deer, it could be raccoons, you name it. And now you've got such a congregation of wildlife in one spot. With all the insects that come, especially like mosquitoes, that is going to really up the risk of getting disease transmission between them, right?
He also urges campers to know when burn bans are in effect. Each area will have different rules.
So much more fuel all over the ground.
With drier leaves, he says one spark can lead to a wildfire. On your side in Columbus, Nick Veland.
Well, speaking of rain, we were really hoping for a little bit of relief today.
Lack thereof.
Right. Well, that's true. Speaking of lack thereof.
There is a front moving by. Very small chance for a shower tonight. So definitely not anything that is going to help these drought conditions. You can see the latest map from yesterday. Again, we get these every single Thursday at 8 a.m. And those extreme drought colors right there, that red, expanding into the Miami Valley. And this is part of the reason right here. This calendar showing the only 3 days we've seen a trace of rain. We've actually seen no real measurable rainfall. So for the month right now, a little over 2 inches in a deficit. And for the year, even worse. So like I said, only a trace this month. 2.22 is our deficit. And for the year, we are approaching a 4-inch deficit.
The Dayton VA holding its 19th annual Stand Down outreach event today that helps all local U.S. veterans, regardless if they're enrolled at the Dayton VA, get winter items, groceries, military items, toiletries, and a hot lunch. A very important item, a backpack full of resources targeting mental health, legal, financial, and homeless services.
It gives us a wonderful opportunity to target our homeless veterans and to engage with them, to offer them access, same-day access to emergency housing, as well as any resources that they may need, as well as for all veterans. We've got the community providers are here, and they have information that's very valuable and useful to our veterans.
The event serves 300 veterans every year. Well, the annual Waco Fly-In happening at the Waco Air Museum this weekend. Today kicked off 3 days of adventure for the whole family. Tonight there's biplane rides, food trucks, a concert, and of course, the museum. Some of the aircraft go back to the 1920s. You can also see Waco classic aircraft.
And then, of course, we have general aviation aircraft that will be coming in, pilots who just want to come out. This is what a lot of us refer to as a barnstorming type event, taking us back to the days when flying was done for fun.
Tomorrow and Sunday, you can head on out for airplane tours and helicopter rides, kids activities, historical reenactments, food, and contests, including a candy drop. To this day, Waco is one of the only places you can fly in an open cockpit by biplane. A man celebrated his 80th birthday there today, and his family surprised him with a ride.
All of it was the best part. Taking off, landing, and all that.
He says it was more than he could have ever expected.
Good evening. I'm Matt Digby. This is the Bob's Discount Furniture Sports Desk. Week 5 of the high school football season, and we're gearing up for another eventful Football Friday sponsored by Donato's. Teams trying to go into the second half of the season on a positive note. Now, there are many games in Montgomery County alone tonight, including our game of the week. 4-0 Xenia making the trip to Vandalia to visit 4-0 Butler. Centerville and Wayne are among the GWOC teams with home games. Oakwood facing Waynesville. That's a key matchup in the SWBL. And undefeated Kenton Ridge hoping to stay that way as they go to Springfield Shawnee. Gwen and I will see you at 11 on ABC 22 for Football Friday, sponsored by Donato's. Well, it's not often that Ohio State football takes a bye in between non-conference opponents. However, the Buckeyes return to the gridiron tomorrow against Marshall, a noon kickoff on Fox 45. Ohio State trying to move to 3-0 before beginning Big Ten play next Saturday at Michigan State. And that's not the only noon game here in the state. UC Bearcats have a noon kickoff against Houston. It's their Big 12 opener. And the Dayton Flyers hosting Ave Maria over at Welcome Stadium. That game also at noon. That's a look at sports. I'm Matt Digby.
All right, satellite radar right now showing those few showers that are moving in. We had that line of clouds at first, but here you can see those showers, even a couple thunderstorms off to our west. Very isolated in nature. You can see very, especially to the north, maybe a better chance of some rain up towards Toledo and Lima. But down south, not a whole lot of energy working with here. Do have high pressure to the south, bringing in some of that warm air along the leading edge of that cold front. Now, moving through time, you can see a chance for a couple of showers through the rest of the evening. Clear, though, as we head through the day on Saturday. Sunday will bring another front, though, through the afternoon, so most of the day looks nice, but by the afternoon, mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a shower or storm through the afternoon hours and into the early morning hours on Monday.
Happening tomorrow, all the family fun you can have and the seafood you can sample. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Seafood lovers, we have got the event for you. The 22nd Annual Ohio Fish and Shrimp Festival, bringing some great seafood along with live music, games, and family fun. Tage Joshi gives us a taste.
Today I'm on the property of Freshwater Farms in Urbana, a very great place to learn about fish, wildlife, and so much more. But get this, there is a great opportunity for you and your family to come out here this weekend for the Ohio Fish and Shrimp Festival. This is a multi-week festival, and this Saturday is the final part of that festival. You can come out here and enjoy some live music, enjoy some good, delicious, tasty fish, and of course, spend some beautiful time outdoors on a great property in the Urbana area. This is an event that happens every September. It's all about celebrating the fish and shrimp that are raised right here on the property of Freshwater Farms. And in addition to all that, it's a beautiful property to walk around with lots of native flowers that have been planted, walking areas, and so much more. My friends, back to you in the studio.
All righty, here is that Weber Grill tailgate forecast for you. Temperatures tomorrow making it up into the low 90s, right around 90 at 3 p.m. Probably top out around 90, 91 in the Dayton region, and back down into the mid to upper 90s through the evening hours. Now heading into the rest of the weekend, looking at 88 on Sunday. We'll have the chance for some scattered showers and storms as we head towards Monday and Tuesday. Right now, we're hoping for some heavier rain. We could really use it across the region. The big news here, though, is going to be those 70s that are going to move into the region as we head towards your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, if that kind of sticks around.
Yeah, I just, Randy, you know, Skywarn Randy, yeah, he just sent me a thing on Twitter and was like, how many 90s has we had? And I was like, you know, we have had a lot, but I looked, it's only been 3. We've had tons of 89-degree days. Yeah, so
feels the same.
Feels the same.
What's 1 degree gonna do?
Yeah, it doesn't. You can't really tell what, you know, a degree or two. So it's been so hot, and it's supposed to be in the 70s right now. So
I know. I'm kind of looking forward to the 70s and like the lows of being in the 50s.
Jacket, sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
It's coming.
Sweater weather. I'll take it. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you over on Fox.
Sponsored by Elk & Elk, dedicated to